Yeah.
Do you feel like kind of being like extended Dreamville? Like, did they ever try to like actually like submit an offer to you to bring you on like officially as an artist? I know you're with Mass Appeal, but like, did that ever?
Man, you know what's funny, bro? Is like a story a lot of people don't know is like the way I met them. Omen played my music for Cole.
Shout out to Omen, man.
Shout out to Omen. He played my music for Cole like a long time ago, and then
the first guy on Dreamville, right? Ever? Omen was the first guy, right?
Maybe
Yeah, he was the first guy.
Maybe. Makes sense. You know, I know they go way back, but Omen played my music for Cole, and then Cole like heard it and texted me. This was like right after his first album had came out.
Okay.
You know, and like I'm supposed to be in college. Like, you know, me and my little brother, we got an apartment in Raleigh together. Like my mom had just passed not too long before that, and so we was just kind of like figuring a bunch of shit out. And I just got this text out of nowhere, like, yo, this J. Cole, like, yo, I want to meet you. And he ended up flying to Raleigh, like to North Carolina to meet me. Came to the studio and everything.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and so that's like how we met each other. You know what I mean? It's still like pictures and videos from that time. He produced a song that was on like one of my early mixtapes, right. Gave me a beat.
God, we need more Cole beats, man. That high power beat.
High power, I was about to bring up high power. Yeah. So
we need more Cole and more Crit beats for the record. But anyway.
Yeah, you know. So
we'll be forgetting those two guys are amazing producers.
Big Crit?
Crit and Cole.
Yeah, for sure, both of them. Yeah, but so that's how we ended up meeting, and yeah, there was conversations around that time for sure, you know. And what's really cool about him, man, one of the best things, like he was at that time, Dreamville was so early, like it was a conversation, and he was like, yo, I don't think I would do right by you. He's like, yo, nothing's prepared. It's not really put together.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it was super early. If it was right after the first album.
Yeah, you know. So I would have actually probably been the first one on the label, but he just was like, yo, I don't want to like make a mistake. Let's just be cool. Let's stay close. You know what I mean? Then I moved to LA, started working with Dr. Dre. Like, you know, I wrote the Compton album.
I was gonna say I wanted to get to the Compton album because that album doesn't get enough flowers. We'll get there, but well, tell me about that, because Compton is an album that came, and I feel like. We don't go back to it enough, man. It is a damn. I mean, it's the only body of work we've gotten from Dre since 2001, and I thought it was pretty fucking impeccable.
That's beautiful, bro. I mean,
you're on it. You're
one of the first things people don't talk about is the fact that it never was It never was on Spotify until last year. Like, true. Yeah, you know what I mean. And that's
there's a lot of shit like that I've been noticing been popping up that I'm like, man.
Yeah, imagine, and you got to think at that time, it's because, you know, they had done a deal with Apple or something like that. So at that time, it's different because Spotify was way bigger than Apple Music was just starting.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they was like, yo, let's just, you know, they just put it on Apple Music. And then
there were some albums that were doing that exclusive.
It stayed exclusive for like years, for like 8 years or some shit. Yeah. So I think that's kind of like an interesting like part of that story, you know. But shout out to Dre, shout out to
because it almost might have affected like the amount of people who consumed it, you know,
who could even
unless you bought the
listen
CD.
to it, who could listen to it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
because people were still buying CDs back then. But so, how did you end up coming to LA and getting with Dre and give me that backstory?
Man, shout out rapper Big Pooh from Little Brother.
Big Pooh.
Shout out Big Pooh. Introduced me to a producer named Focus.
Okay.
Yeah, on text.
Okay.
Yeah, Focus and Ty probably. And then I ended up going to the studio. I did kind of like damn near like a tryout, really. It was me and a bunch of other writers in there and people that, you know, I didn't know, they didn't know me. They was kind of off on their own, doing their own thing. And, you know, it wasn't the easiest to get in and help. So I was like, I'm going to just go in this little ISO booth. I just went in a little ISO booth and just started writing and coming up with stuff. And, yeah, we just submitted songs. And next thing you know, 4 or 5 days later, Dre ended up showing up for real. Because they kept saying he was coming every day. I was like, he's not coming to the studio. And then he came one day. And the day he finally pulled up, he listened to some songs. He said he liked one of the ones I had done, which was tight. And then yeah, man, I actually went back to North Carolina because it was just like a little camp they had done, but nothing was happening yet. Right. And the A&R was like, nah, man, you should go back. Like, you know, Dre likes a lot of stuff. You never know what's gonna happen for real. And I needed to go back to the crib, so I went back. And I knew I was gonna move to LA. Yeah, I was like, I gotta get back to LA. I gotta figure out a way to do that. And so I moved back to LA. I was living here for one day. Second day I was living here, they called me, said, Dre, I want you to come back to LA to write songs. I was like, I'm here. I was hoping he was gonna do that. You know?
Right. That's why I came back.
That's why I came back anyway. Yeah. And then we wrote like damn near probably like 100 songs together. It's like a lot of songs. 100? Probably, bro. Yeah. I mean, if anybody that's ever was a part of them sessions and knows like what's up or seen us working, like so if they think I'm exaggerating, they would let me know. But yeah, I probably like that.
You guys were in a bag together for sure.
Yeah.
What was that like? Because we always hear about Dre's like how like his attention to detail is almost like ridiculous.
Right? Oh yeah, I've done a take for sure like 30, 40, 50 times, maybe more. Yeah.
Yeah, like so. I'm curious, like on the writing side, like is it so it'll obviously on the production side we know he's very meticulous, but even on just like the way the inflection of your lyrics, like until you hit it the way he hears it in his head.
Yeah, you definitely gonna be like doing that and going back and forth. It's funny because like Dre is he's like a funny guy. He got like a funny personality. Like I feel like he'll fuck with you a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like he got you doing some shit a whole lot, but honestly, it really is to like bring the best out of you or like to get what he's looking for in the take. You know what I'm saying? And he does too. He definitely finds what he's looking for in the take. And a lot of times you get on there and be like, damn, I sounded this way when I did it, and then he coached me into this thing I never would have thought I could sound like. That happens a lot,
That's dope. I was gonna say, did you ever the myth of the Detox album that's probably never gonna come out? Were there ever any songs where he was like, "Yo, Detox"? Or was
what's this head thing he said?
Well, like I don't know, man, because I feel like by the time you were working on that, I think the Detox shit was probably over with in terms of the idea of like the public ever getting it. But I don't know. Maybe you was there any talk of that ever even?
I had heard rumblings. Yeah, you know what I mean, of like songs or like features or like concepts. Yeah.
One day, man. One day.
You never know, man. You never know. Fuck around. You be on there, just the super unexpected bootleg cat verse.
That's not going to happen.
Going crazy on the intro.
What other writing opportunities did that situation put you in outside after the Compton album came out? Because you're obviously on that album too a lot.
Yeah. I got a few features on there. And so I remember right after it came out, I remember being at my Aunt Tori's crib and I was in the kitchen, signing the CDs for family members because like some of them like was like, yo, we want you to sign it, and I was like, oh, that's cool, not some shit that I really would ask to do for or that I was planning on doing, but it's like it was cool that they felt enough, and like my uncle gave it to somebody at the barbershop that wanted it or whatever, so that was cool. And then I remember being at the kitchen table, I was like signing these CDs, and like Che Pope called me.
Shout out to Che.
Yeah, Che Pope called me and was like, yo, I want you to come write for Kanye. He heard about you. I told him about you, some of the stuff you did. He's like, yo, can you come tonight? I was in Baltimore. I was in Maryland.
So they had the good compound, I'm sure, in L.A.?
No, it was at Shangri-La.
Okay.
Yeah, Shangri-La. And I was like, damn, like, I was hurt, bro, because I was in Maryland, like, and I wasn't close. And he's like, yo, come tonight. And I was like, yo, I can't make it. I started thinking how I was going to get on the plane, like, right then and there type shit.
Like, how possible could this be? Looking up flights.
They was working on Pablo. Yeah, you know what I mean? And so he was like, nah, bro, just come the next day. And I was like, all right. And then I just left, packed up, went the next day, ended up meeting Kanye. Like, I walked in the room. Like, he was like, yo, what's up, man? Like, Che had told him I was coming. And I worked with him for a couple weeks on Pablo. That was a real fun experience.
Were there any songs that made the album that you helped? Or that
man, you know what's funny, dog? There's actually only one thing that's out moving around is this leak that's going crazy that I be getting a bunch of text from like hackers or whatever. I was working on a highlight song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and at that time, like there was some other features on it. I don't even want to bring light to it because
Charlie Wilson's on that, right?
Probably,
is that who's singing on that?
Probably, yeah. But anyway, a bunch of people text me about that.
So there's a leak of it running around right now.
Yeah, interesting one. Yeah.
And you're on it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta hear that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's got to be kind of cool though, just that it's seen the light of day.
I mean, the experience, bro. Even going to work with like shit was mad inspiring, or just him being like, I see it in you, like the thing. You know what I mean? Like to come here and be a part to contribute. I thought that was ill.